Hey guys, I have a small project share for you today. I just wanted to show you quickly what I had attempted to make. I created one of the, I guess, this is inspired by Vicky, TryHeart67. Hi Vicky, if you're watching. She had made some shabby hearts recently and did a tutorial on it, and so instead of doing a heart, I did a mason jar. So this is a cut from the Sizzix XL die that has it has a mason jar, and it actually has a smaller jar too. It's a 3D die, so it actually has a piece to make it dimensional. But I just needed this piece to have the shape and the size that I wanted. So I used this as my template, and I drew that on my fabric here. And this is actually some seersucker that I'd also gifted Vicky with and some other YouTube friends. I found this at a antique mall for a really great price, and since I had so much, I shared it out with some folks. It's really soft and really shabby. It's purple and got pink roses, and there's even some blue in there, which is my favorite color. I used one of these buttons, some blue seam binding in two colors. I actually have some crinkled as well, these two colors, and then some Michael's crocheted flowers. I went the easy route. I can crochet, but I didn't want to take the time to do that for this. And even some potpourri. This is also from, I think this is from Marshall's actually. It's Fresh Spring Day. It's a scented sachet. I just busted it open to get some of the potpourri out of there, because I stuffed that in my mason jar. And here it is. Oh, I also used some bling on a roll here. You can see that. Here's my project. It's not that big, as you can tell. Here's the original mason jar die, and of course, since it is made out of fabric, it's pretty close in size. And I hope it still looks like a mason jar. That's what I was afraid of, is if I went a different route with a another shape, that it wouldn't, take the shape of, the original item that I was trying to go for. So I tried to, of course, make it not too puffy. So I stuffed it with some filling, as well as some of that potpourri. I did sew around it. I have this fabric here, and I'll show it to you. It's a tulle that I put over it on both sides. You can see the pattern is different on both sides to pull out that blue stripe that's in the seersucker. So I pulled that out, and let me show you, because I have quite a bit of it. I showed this in one of my hauls. It's a beautiful fabric, and I got this at a great price at the same antique mall that I got the seersucker from, same vendor. So I used some of this, and there's quite a bit of yardage there. There's that seam binding, two colors. I also used some really dainty lace here to kind of accent the mouth of the jar, really. And then here's the flower from Michael's and the button. And I also did create a loop here to hang it by, so it's going to hang, kind of kink to the side. And here is some of the bling on a roll. I just placed it in the centers of the flowers to give it some interest. And I also used some pearl strung acrylic bead. I don't know. Here's what it normally looks like. And it's like a clear, but it has like an AB look to it to kind of accentuate the shape of the jar. So this is the front side. And then the back side looks like this. And so there's another Michael's flower here, and instead of using the button, I used some flat back pearl there. And then I went around the edge of this side with the bling. So if you see it from other side, it still looks okay. I chose not to do the what do you call it? The seam binding on this side, just because it is the back. But I wanted it to still look pretty, and I didn't like showing the seams of the thread where I sewed around it. So I went ahead and covered that up with this bling. And you can see that I also went underneath. I didn't go on top with the bling here. It does go underneath the seam binding that goes around the lid. So this is my little puffy mason jar that is inspired by Vicky. So thanks for watching, and thanks for the inspiration, Vicky. I hope you guys like this little project. I've been kind of stuck on some things that I'm supposed to be working on, and this kind of got me a little bit crafty. So I thought I wanted to share that with you all. I'm not going to do a tutorial on this only because Vicky did a tutorial on the hearts, and the only thing that's really different is the shape that I used. Instead of doing a heart, I did a mason jar. So thanks for watching, everyone, and let me know if you like it or not. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey guys, so I decided to go ahead and mush 2 videos together so I could show you these 2 bracelets that I was messing around with making. So what I did was basically use some of the metal embellishments that I have in my stash, and this Hobby Lobby chain that you can get for half off when they're on sale. This roll was $6, but I got it for $3, and it's actually 4 feet. You don't need very much chain to make a bracelet. Here is another piece that I plan to put on a bracelet. This is actually 2 metal pieces together. There's a square right here, and then this flower that is really dimensional on top of this. And I used, what did I use to glue these together? I think, I used E6000 to put these 2 together. And there's actually a place where you can put some flat back or some pearls or some rhinestones in here as well. And I don't know what I'll do yet with that. So I went ahead and made 2 different colors. This is actually the cream bracelet chain. It's not white. It's this color right here. The white one's a lot brighter. So I wanted to kind of tone it down a little bit, since the metal that I used is like the vintage looking colors. So this is actually 3 metal embellishments together. You can see from the side it's pretty dimensional. I bent the metal a little bit. I put some jump rings on each side and then connected it to the bracelet on this side. And then the butterfly is actually dimensional, and I added these little pearls in here and down at the bottom and at the top as well. And then there is a metal piece sandwiched between the large curved piece here. And then at the end of this side of the bracelet, I put a jump ring and the actual clasp for the other side. So you just put it on basically like this. And I have a pretty big wrist. But what's nice about these bracelets is you can make this for somebody, and if it's too large for them or too small, it's easy to take the links out, because you don't cut these links. You basically can slide them out, and all you do is like I made mine with a certain length, and then I found that it was a little too long once I put all the jump rings on there and everything. So you just take this and you can maneuver it so that the 2 openings of the links are facing each other, and you can slide it through. So you can take a link out or put one in. So for example, if I wanted this chain to be cream and teal, I could put a chain like that together, because you can just take them out. Wouldn't that be neat? So I made 2 solid ones, 2 solid colored ones. This butterfly one in like a vintage, I guess, a brass color. And then I also made this other butterfly one, which is just 2 butterflies stacked on top of one another in like a gunmetal color. And then I put this bling here, and this bling was clear. I colored it with my Copic marker so that it would match the links of the chain. And then I did the same thing. I have jump rings on both sides of the butterfly wings, and it is attached that way. And it's still drying, so I don't want to mess it up too much. So that's the bracelet. And I don't like my bracelets really tight, because, or to have a lot of stuff all the way around it, because I type all day. And this kind of bracelet is perfect because it lays flat against your wrist. And it can still slide because I made it, you know, not real tight. So, yeah, something just kind of, you know, fun to make. And that is my other project share. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.